4 aircraft, under $200 million each, and together they represent the single greatest leap forward in private aviation history. One of them just broke a speed barrier no civilian jet has touched since Concorde retired. Another one is so enormous inside that Airbus had to invent an entirely new category just to describe it. This is the story of the 4 jets rewriting what private aviation even means. Let's count them down. Number 4, the Dassault Falcon 10X. Priced at approximately $75 to $80 million, the Falcon 10X is Dassault's answer to a single, obsessive question. What happens when you design a business jet from a completely blank sheet of paper, with zero compromises anywhere? 2 Rolls-Royce Pearl 10X engines, each producing more than 18,000 pounds of thrust, push this aircraft to a maximum speed of Mach 0.925 with a range of 7,500 nautical miles. That's New York to Shanghai, Los Angeles to Sydney, Hong Kong to New York, all non-stop, all in one aircraft? But the real story here isn't the range, or even the speed. It's the cabin. At 9 feet 1 inch wide and 6 feet 8 inches tall, the Falcon 10X has the widest, tallest cabin of any purpose-built business jet on the planet. Full stop. That's not marketing language, that's physics. Over 2,780 cubic feet of interior volume, spread across 4 distinct living zones, flowing from a forward lounge all the way back to a private master suite. And every inch of it carries the kind of obsessive precision Dassault learned building fighter jets for the French Air Force. The Nexus flight deck brings 8 touchscreen displays and fully integrated digital flight controls, a cockpit as revolutionary as the cabin sitting behind it. Here's a detail that sounds small, but changes everything about the flying experience. The ceiling height is generous enough that most passengers never come close to touching it, even at 6'5" on a 14-hour flight. That's the kind of difference you don't notice until you experience it, and then you can't unnotice it. The Falcon 10X only entered flight testing in 2026, with deliveries expected in 2027. This isn't a jet you can walk in and buy today, it's a jet you get in line for, and the line is already forming. Number 3, the Airbus ACJ220. This is the aircraft nobody talks about, and that is a serious mistake. Priced at approximately $80 to $100 million fully configured, the ACJ220 operates in a category Airbus had to invent an entirely new name for, the extra-large business jet. Built on the Airbus A220 commercial platform, one of the most advanced narrow-body airliners ever engineered, the ACJ220 is powered by 2 Pratt & Whitney PW1500G engines, giving it a maximum range of 5,650 nautical miles. London to Los Angeles, Tokyo to Dubai, Moscow to Jakarta, all without a single fuel stop. But the real story is inside. The cabin stretches 78 feet in length, 10 feet 8 inches wide, and nearly 7 feet tall, a total interior volume of over 5,100 cubic feet. To put that number in perspective, that is double the interior volume of a Gulfstream G700. Double. 6 fully separate living zones can be configured in almost any combination imaginable. A master suite with a king-size bed, a full spa bathroom with a stand-up shower, private dining areas, a conference room, a dedicated crew rest area. You don't fly in this aircraft, you move into it. And it isn't just about space. Airbus engineered the ACJ220 to burn up to 25% less fuel than comparable jets of its size, thanks to composite materials and next-generation engine technology, which means operating costs run significantly lower than you'd expect for an aircraft this large. The cabin altitude stays remarkably comfortable even on the longest legs, and the electrochromic windows eliminate the need for window shades entirely, giving the whole cabin a sense of openness no traditional business jet can match. As of early 2026, only 3 of these aircraft have been delivered. It is one of the rarest jets in private aviation today, and quite possibly one of the most underrated. Number 2, the Gulfstream G700. This jet needs no introduction, but it absolutely deserves one anyway. Priced at approximately $78 million, the G700 is the aircraft Gulfstream built to dominate an entire generation of private aviation. 2 Rolls-Royce Pearl 700 engines, each producing 18,000 pounds of thrust with 10% better fuel efficiency than the previous generation. Power this machine to a certified maximum speed of Mach 0.935 with a range of 7,500 nautical miles. New York to Hong Kong, Los Angeles to Sydney, London to Cape Town. Any city pair on the planet, non-stop, at speeds commercial airlines simply cannot come close to. The cabin is where the G700 makes its real statement. At just under 57 feet of interior length, it is the longest cabin Gulfstream has ever built, nearly 5 feet longer than the legendary G650. 4 fully distinct living zones accommodate up to 19 passengers across more than 2,600 cubic feet of space. A dedicated master stateroom sits at the rear with a full private bed. A conference suite handles boardroom meetings at 45,000 feet. And the forward lounge is designed for the kind of socializing that used to require a yacht to pull off. The Plainview 2 cockpit brings 10 active touchscreen displays and an industry first, an active control-side stick system, borrowed directly from military fighter technology. Cabin pressure is maintained at just 4,500 feet, even at maximum cruise altitude, which means passengers step off a 14-hour transatlantic flight genuinely refreshed, not depleted. In 2025 alone, Gulfstream delivered 64 of these aircraft. This isn't a niche product built for a handful of billionaires. It is, by nearly every measure, the definition of what a modern, ultra-long-range business jet should be. And yet, somehow, it only comes in at number 2. Number 1, the Bombardier Global 8000. And here it is. This aircraft entered service on the 8th of December 2025, and it arrived as the most extraordinary purpose-built business jet ever certified. Priced at approximately $78 to $82 million at list, and comfortably above $90 million once fully customized, the Global 8000 achieves something the aviation world once thought was simply out of reach. Mach 0.94. That is the fastest any civilian aircraft has flown since Concorde retired. It's not the speed operators fly at day to day. Most cruise closer to Mach 0.9, but the certified capability alone is an engineering statement no competitor can match. 2 General Electric Passport engines, the most advanced turbofans ever fitted to a purpose-built business jet, deliver enough thrust to push this aircraft to a range of 7,900 nautical miles. New York to Hong Kong, Singapore to San Francisco, Cape Town to London. Any routing on this planet, non-stop. Faster than anything else in its class. But speed and range are only the beginning. The Global 8000 features a 4-zone cabin, the club suite, the conference suite, the entertainment suite, and the principal suite, each fully enclosed and acoustically isolated from the rest of the aircraft. And in that principal suite sits something that quietly redefines what a business jet can be. A full-size bed, an ensuite bathroom, and a stand-up shower at 45,000 feet in flight. Then there's the cabin altitude. While cruising, the Global 8000 maintains a cabin pressure equivalent to just 2,691 feet above sea level, the lowest cabin altitude of any business jet in production. Not approximately the lowest, not close to the lowest, the lowest. Passengers on a 16-hour flight from Singapore to the United States arrive in better physiological condition than they would in most commercial first-class cabins. The Bombardier Vision flight deck brings 4 massive avionics displays, multi-scan weather radar with wind shear detection, and the latest performance-based navigation systems available anywhere in business aviation. And here's a detail that tells you everything about Bombardier's confidence in this platform. Operators can upgrade an existing Global 7500 to full Global 8000 specification in approximately 1 week. 100 officially recognized speed records, 0 fuel stops on the world's longest city pairs, a stand-up shower at Mach 0.9, and the lowest cabin altitude of any jet in production. This isn't just the best private jet under $200 million. Right now, it may be the best purpose-built business jet in the world, period. 4 jets, 4 completely different philosophies, and every one of them redefining what's possible at 45,000 feet. If you had to choose just one to fly around the world in, which one would it be? Let me know in the comments. Until next time, fly well.